Hello there and welcome back to the channel. It's so good to be spending this time with you again today. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you've had trouble recalling the name of an old friend, someone you've known for years. We all have those moments, don't we? As we navigate through life, it's natural for our memories to sometimes feel a little, well, let's just say less sharp than they used to be. And that's perfectly normal to a certain extent. But what if I told you that there's something incredibly common, something many of us take regularly thinking it's good for us, that could actually be contributing to these very concerns? What if this seemingly harmless habit could be impacting the health of your brain in a way that might surprise you, even worry you? Today, we're diving into a topic that's been generating a lot of buzz in the medical community, and it's something I felt was absolutely crucial to share with you, our wonderful community of seasoned individuals. We're going to be talking about a specific vitamin. Yes, you heard that right, a vitamin that doctors are increasingly urging seniors, just like you and me, to reconsider taking. In fact, some are going as far as to beg their older patients to stop taking it immediately. Why? Because emerging research is suggesting a potential link between its long-term use and, frankly, some rather concerning effects on our brain health, including the possibility of brain shrinkage. Now I know what you might be thinking. Vitamins are supposed to be good for us, right? We hear about them all the time: vitamin D for our bones, vitamin C for our immune system. It's true, many vitamins play vital roles in keeping our bodies functioning at their best. But like with anything in life, balance and understanding are key. And in the case of this particular vitamin, it seems that for some of us, especially as we get a little older, the potential downsides might actually outweigh the perceived benefits. In this video, we're going to delve into exactly which vitamin we're talking about. We'll explore the evidence that's causing this alarm amongst doctors, and perhaps more importantly, we'll discuss what you can do instead to ensure your brain stays healthy, sharp, and vibrant for years to come. We're not here to scare you, but to empower you with knowledge so you can make informed decisions about your health and well-being. Because at this stage of our lives, maintaining our cognitive function, our memory, and our ability to think clearly is paramount to enjoying our independence and the richness of our experiences. So grab a cup of tea, settle into your favorite chair, and let's get right into it. The vitamin that's causing this concern amongst medical professionals is none other than high-dose vitamin E supplements. Now, before you reach for your bottle of vitamin E, let me clarify a few things. Vitamin E itself is an essential nutrient. It's a powerful antioxidant that helps protect our cells from damage caused by free radicals. You can find it naturally in many delicious and healthy foods like nuts, seeds, spinach, and avocados. Getting vitamin E through your diet is generally considered safe and beneficial. The issue that's raising eyebrows is the routine, long-term use of high-dose vitamin E supplements, often without a clear medical need. Why is this a concern now? Well, several studies over the years have started to paint a picture that suggests high levels of supplemental vitamin E might not be as benign as we once thought, especially when it comes to our brain health. One significant area of concern revolves around the potential for increased oxidative stress in the brain at very high doses. While vitamin E is an antioxidant, meaning it fights against oxidation, an imbalance where we have too much of certain antioxidants can sometimes have the opposite effect, potentially contributing to cellular damage in the long run. Think of it like this: antioxidants are like firefighters putting out fires, free radicals in our body. But if you have too many firefighters in one place, they might start getting in each other's way, maybe even accidentally causing a bit of a commotion themselves. Similarly, excessively high doses of vitamin E might disrupt the delicate balance of antioxidants in the brain, potentially leading to more harm than good over time. Furthermore, some research has hinted at a possible link between high-dose vitamin E supplementation and an increased risk of cognitive decline and even dementia in older adults. While the evidence is still evolving, and more research is definitely needed to fully understand the complexities, these findings are significant enough to warrant a serious discussion and a cautious approach, particularly for those of us in the 60 and above age group. Our brains are precious, and we want to do everything we can to protect them. Now I want to emphasize again that this isn't about the vitamin E we get from our food. Eating a handful of almonds or enjoying a delicious spinach salad isn't going to cause these issues. We're specifically talking about those over-the-counter supplements where you might be taking hundreds, even thousands, of international units, IUs, of vitamin E every day. So what should you do if you're currently taking a vitamin E supplement? The first and most important step is to have an open and honest conversation with your doctor. They are the best resource to assess your individual needs and determine if continuing the supplement is truly necessary for you. Perhaps you started taking it years ago on someone's recommendation, or maybe you read an article suggesting its benefits. Whatever the reason, it's crucial to revisit that decision with your healthcare provider, especially in light of this emerging research. Your doctor can consider your overall health, any other medications or supplements you're taking, and help you weigh the potential risks and benefits of continuing with high-dose vitamin E. They might even suggest alternative ways to get the necessary antioxidants through your diet or other safer supplements if needed. Remember, when it comes to our health, personalized advice from a medical professional is always the best approach. Now let's move on to our second point. Beyond the potential for increased oxidative stress, another concern surrounding high-dose vitamin E supplementation is its possible interaction with certain medical conditions and medications that are more common in our age group. For instance, vitamin E, especially at high doses, can have a blood-thinning effect. This means it could potentially increase the risk of bleeding, especially if you're already taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin or aspirin. For those of us who might be managing conditions like heart disease or have had previous issues with blood clots, this is a serious consideration. Combining a blood-thinning medication with a high dose of vitamin E could lead to complications, and it's something your doctor absolutely needs to be aware of. This is just one example of why self-treating with high-dose supplements can be risky, as it might interact with other aspects of your health in ways you might not anticipate. It's also worth noting that some studies have suggested a potential link between high-dose vitamin E and an increased risk of prostate cancer in men. While this research is also ongoing and not definitive, it adds another layer of complexity to the discussion around routine supplementation, particularly without a clear medical indication. The key takeaway here is that while vitamin E is essential, more isn't always better, and in some cases, it might actually be detrimental, especially at high supplemental doses over extended periods. Our bodies are intricate systems, and the balance of nutrients and how they interact with each other is incredibly delicate. Disrupting that balance with excessive amounts of a single nutrient, even one that's generally considered beneficial, can have unintended consequences. So we've talked about the concerns surrounding potential oxidative stress and the possible interactions with medical conditions and medications. Now, let's transition to our third point, which is all about understanding the difference between getting vitamin E from supplements versus from the delicious and nutritious foods we eat. We often hear about the benefits of vitamins and minerals, and it's easy to think that popping a pill is the most efficient way to get what we need. And in some cases, like with a vitamin D supplement, if you have a deficiency, that might be true under the guidance of a doctor. However, when it comes to vitamin E, our bodies are generally very good at absorbing and utilizing it when it comes from whole foods. Think about those wonderful sources of vitamin E I mentioned earlier: almonds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, spinach, broccoli, and avocados. These foods not only provide us with vitamin E in a natural and balanced form, but they also come packed with a whole host of other beneficial nutrients, including other vitamins, minerals, fiber, and healthy fats. Our bodies are designed to extract these nutrients from food in a way that's often much more efficient and safer than relying solely on high-dose supplements. When we consume vitamin E through food, we're typically getting a mix of different forms of vitamin E, known as tocopherols and tocotrienols. These different forms might have slightly different roles in the body, and getting them through a varied diet ensures we're benefiting from this natural synergy. On the other hand, many vitamin E supplements contain only one form, alpha tocopherol, and often in very high concentrations. This isolated, high-dose approach might not replicate the way vitamin E works in our bodies when obtained from food, and it could potentially disrupt the balance of other antioxidants and nutrients. Furthermore, our bodies have a remarkable ability to regulate the absorption and utilization of nutrients from food. If we consume more vitamin E than we need from our diet, our bodies can often simply excrete the excess. However, with high-dose supplements, this regulatory mechanism might be overwhelmed, leading to potentially harmful levels in the body. So the message here is clear. Prioritize getting your vitamin E from a well-balanced and varied diet rich in nuts, seeds, leafy green vegetables, and healthy oils. These foods are not only delicious, but also provide a safe and effective way to meet your vitamin E needs without the potential risks associated with long-term, high-dose supplementation. Now that we've covered the concerns around high-dose vitamin E supplements, the importance of getting vitamin E from food, and the crucial step of talking to your doctor, let's move on to discuss what you can do instead to keep your brain healthy and sharp as you continue to enjoy life to the fullest. Alright, so we've established that routinely taking high-dose vitamin E supplements without a clear medical reason might not be the brain-boosting strategy we once thought it was, and in fact, could potentially pose some risks. But the good news is, there are so many other wonderful and effective ways to nurture our brains and keep them functioning at their best as we age. Let's dive into some of those now. Our fourth point, and this is a big one, is the incredible power of regular physical activity for our brain health. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to run a marathon or become a professional athlete overnight. Even moderate physical activity, something you enjoy and can do consistently, can make a world of difference to your brain. Think about it, when you move your body, you're not just benefiting your muscles and your heart, you're also boosting blood flow to your brain, and this increased blood flow delivers vital oxygen and nutrients that our brain cells need to thrive. It's like giving your brain a refreshing drink and a nourishing meal all at once. Studies have shown that regular exercise can actually help to improve cognitive functions like memory, attention, and processing speed. It can even play a role in reducing the risk of age-related cognitive decline and dementia. That's pretty powerful stuff, isn't it? The best part is you don't need any fancy equipment or a gym membership to reap these benefits. A brisk walk in your neighborhood, a gentle swim, some gardening, dancing to your favorite music, or even just doing some simple chair exercises at home. All of these activities count. The key is to find something you enjoy and can incorporate into your daily or weekly routine. Start small if you haven't been active lately. Maybe aim for a 15-minute walk a few times a week and gradually increase the duration and frequency. Listen to your body and don't push yourself too hard, especially if you have any underlying health conditions. Always check with your doctor before starting a new exercise program. Think of physical activity as an investment in your brain health. Just like you might take the time to tend to your garden or maintain your home, making time for regular movement is a wonderful way to care for your mind. And the added bonus, it's also great for your overall physical health, boosting your energy levels, improving your mood, and helping you sleep better. It's a win-win situation all around. So let's make a commitment to move our bodies more. find an activity you love, grab a friend to join you for some extra motivation, and let's get those brains pumping with fresh, oxygenated blood. Now let's move on to our fifth crucial aspect of brain health, and that's the incredible impact of nutrition asterisk. Just like our bodies need the right fuel to function properly, our brains also rely on a steady supply of essential nutrients to stay sharp and healthy. And you might not be surprised to hear that a diet rich in whole foods is absolutely key here. Think of your brain as a complex and sophisticated machine that requires high-quality fuel to operate at its best. Processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive amounts of unhealthy fats can be like putting low-grade fuel into a high-performance engine. It might run for a while, but it's not going to run optimally, and it could even cause damage over time. So what kind of foods are brain-boosting superstars? Well, for starters, let's talk about those wonderful omega-3 fatty acids asterisk. These healthy fats are crucial for brain cell structure and function. You can find them in abundance in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and tuna. If you're not a big fan of fish, you can also get omega-3s from sources like walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. Next up, let's not forget about antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables. Remember how we talked about free radicals potentially causing damage to our brain cells? Antioxidants are our allies in this fight. Berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are packed with antioxidants. So are dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, as well as colorful vegetables like bell peppers and broccoli. Aim to fill your plate with a rainbow of fruits and vegetables every day. Staying properly hydrated is also absolutely vital for brain function. Even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and memory problems. Make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Keep a water bottle handy and sip on it regularly. And while we're talking about what to include in our diet, it's also important to be mindful of what to limit. As I mentioned earlier, excessive amounts of sugar and unhealthy fats can be detrimental to brain health. Try to reduce your intake of processed foods, sugary snacks, and saturated and trans fats. Think of your diet as a powerful tool you can use to support your brain health. By making conscious choices to eat more whole, unprocessed foods, you're providing your brain with the nutrients it needs to thrive. It's not about restrictive dieting or deprivation, but rather about embracing a way of eating that nourishes both your body and your mind. Now we've covered the importance of regular physical activity and a brain-boosting diet. Let's move on to our sixth point, which focuses on keeping our minds active and engaged through mental stimulation asterisk. Just like our muscles need exercise to stay strong, our brains also need regular workouts to maintain their sharpness and cognitive function. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities can help to build new connections between brain cells and even create new brain cells, a process called neurogenesis. This can help to improve memory, attention, problem-solving skills, and overall cognitive resilience. The great news is that there are so many fun and engaging ways to give your brain a good workout. Think about activities like doing puzzles, such as crossword puzzles, Sudoku, or jigsaw puzzles. Learning a new skill, whether it's playing a musical instrument, learning a new language, or even taking up knitting or painting, is fantastic for challenging your brain in new ways. Reading books, engaging in stimulating conversations with friends and family, playing strategy games like chess or bridge, or even just trying out new recipes. All of these activities can help to keep your mind sharp and active. The key is to find activities that you enjoy and that challenge you in some way. It doesn't have to feel like hard work. In fact, it should be something you look forward to. Variety is also important. Try to incorporate a mix of different types of mental activities into your routine to engage different parts of your brain. Think of your brain as a muscle that needs to be exercised regularly to stay in shape. Just like you wouldn't expect to run a marathon without training, you can't expect your brain to stay sharp and agile without giving it regular mental stimulation. So let's make a conscious effort to incorporate more mentally engaging activities into our lives. Pick up that book you've been meaning to read, dust off that old board game, or sign up for that online course you've been considering. Your brain will thank you for it. Now we've covered the importance of physical activity, nutrition, and mental stimulation for brain health. Let's transition to our final point for this part of our discussion, which is the vital role of *** social connection and engagement. As human beings, we are inherently social creatures, and strong social connections are absolutely crucial for our overall well-being, including our brain health. Spending time with loved ones, engaging in meaningful conversations, and feeling connected to a community can have a profound positive impact on our cognitive function. Studies have shown that social isolation and loneliness can actually increase the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. On the other hand, strong social networks can provide emotional support, reduce stress, and even stimulate our brains through interaction and conversation. Think about the times you've had a really engaging conversation with a friend or family member. You're actively listening, processing information, formulating your thoughts, and responding. This kind of mental and emotional engagement is like a wonderful workout for your brain. Making an effort to stay connected with others doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as having regular phone calls or video chats with family and friends who live far away, joining a club or group that aligns with your interests, volunteering in your community, or simply making time for regular social activities with people you enjoy. Don't underestimate the power of a good laugh with friends, a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, or the sense of belonging that comes from being part of a community. These social interactions not only enrich our lives, but also contribute significantly to our cognitive well-being. So let's make a conscious effort to nurture our social connections. Reach out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, consider joining a local group or activity, and prioritize spending time with the people who bring joy and connection to your life. Your brain and your heart will thank you for it. Now we've covered some really important aspects of maintaining a healthy brain as we age, focusing on physical activity, nutrition, mental stimulation, and social connection. These are all powerful tools we have at our disposal to support our cognitive function and overall well-being. In our next part, we'll delve even deeper into some other crucial habits that can make a significant difference in protecting your brain health and keeping you feeling sharp and vibrant for years to come. We'll talk about the importance of sleep, stress management, and perhaps even touch upon other supplements that might actually be beneficial for brain health, always with the caveat of discussing them with your doctor first. So stay tuned, and I look forward to continuing this important conversation with you. Welcome back, everyone. We've already covered some fantastic ways to support our brain health, from the power of physical activity and nourishing our bodies with the right foods, to keeping our minds engaged and nurturing those vital social connections. Now, let's turn our attention to another cornerstone of overall well-being that has a profound impact on our cognitive function: getting enough quality sleep. Think about how you feel after a night of restful sleep. You're likely more alert, focused, and your memory seems to function much better, right? That's because sleep isn't just about resting our bodies. It's also a crucial time for our brains to recharge, consolidate memories, and clear out waste products that can accumulate during the day. As we age, our sleep patterns might change, and we might find ourselves waking up more frequently during the night or having trouble falling asleep in the first place. While these changes can be frustrating, it's essential to prioritize getting adequate sleep for our brain health. Aim for around 7-9 hours of quality sleep each night. What can you do to improve your sleep? Establishing a regular sleep schedule is key. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time each day, even on weekends, to help regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. This could include taking a warm bath, reading a book, listening to calming music, or practicing some gentle stretching or meditation. Make sure your bedroom environment is conducive to sleep. It should be dark, quiet, and cool. Avoid screen time, that means phones, tablets, and computers, for at least an hour before bed, as the blue light emitted from these devices can interfere with melatonin production, a hormone that helps regulate sleep. Be mindful of what you consume before bed. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime, as these can disrupt your sleep. If you're consistently having trouble sleeping, it's important to talk to your doctor. They can help identify any underlying issues and recommend strategies or treatments to improve your sleep quality. Think of sleep as essential maintenance for your brain. Just like you wouldn't skip servicing your car, you shouldn't consistently skimp on sleep. Prioritizing good sleep hygiene is a powerful way to support your cognitive function and overall well-being. Now let's move on to another critical aspect of brain health: managing stress effectively. We all experience stress from time to time, but chronic, unmanaged stress can have a negative impact on our brains. It can lead to problems with memory, concentration, and even increase the risk of cognitive decline over the long term. Finding healthy ways to manage stress is therefore crucial for protecting our brain health. There are many different techniques you can try, and what works best can vary from person to person. Mindfulness and meditation practices can be incredibly helpful in reducing stress and promoting a sense of calm. Even just a few minutes of daily mindfulness can make a difference. Engaging in activities you enjoy, whether it's spending time in nature, pursuing a hobby, listening to music, or spending time with loved ones, can also be great stress relievers. Regular physical activity, which we discussed earlier, is another fantastic way to manage stress and improve your mood. Learning relaxation techniques like deep breathing exercises or progressive muscle relaxation can also be beneficial. The key is to find strategies that resonate with you and make them a regular part of your routine. Think of stress as a persistent drain on your brain's resources. By learning effective stress management techniques, you're essentially freeing up those resources so your brain can function optimally. Taking care of your mental and emotional well-being is just as important as taking care of your physical health when it comes to your brain. Now we've talked about sleep and stress management. Let's briefly touch upon the topic of other supplements that might be beneficial for brain health. While we started this conversation by highlighting a vitamin that might be problematic in high doses, it's important to acknowledge that there are other nutrients and supplements that have shown promise in supporting cognitive function. For example, omega-3 fatty acid supplements, particularly those containing DHA and EPA, have been linked to improved brain health in some studies. Certain B vitamins, like B12 and folate, are also important for brain function, and deficiencies can sometimes lead to cognitive issues. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that might benefit the brain. And there's ongoing research into the potential benefits of other supplements like ginkgo biloba and phosphatidylserine. However, and this is a very important point, just like with vitamin E, it's absolutely crucial to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement including those that are often touted for brain health. Your doctor can assess your individual needs, consider any other medications or health conditions you have, and help you determine if a particular supplement is right for you and what the appropriate dosage should be. Self-treating with supplements can be risky, and it's always best to get professional medical advice. Think of supplements as potential tools that might be helpful in certain situations, but they are not a substitute for a healthy lifestyle that includes a balanced diet, regular exercise, sufficient sleep, stress management, and social engagement. Finally, for this part of our discussion, I want to emphasize the importance of being aware of any changes in your cognitive function and seeking professional help if you have concerns. Just like we pay attention to our physical health and see a doctor if we experience concerning symptoms, we should also be mindful of our brain health. If you notice significant changes in your memory, thinking, or problem-solving abilities, don't just dismiss them as getting older. While some age-related changes are normal, significant, or sudden declines could be a sign of an underlying issue that needs to be addressed. Talk to your doctor about any concerns you have. They can perform cognitive assessments and help determine if further investigation is needed. Early detection and intervention can make a significant difference in managing cognitive decline and maintaining your quality of life. Think of your brain health as an ongoing journey, and being proactive and informed is key. Don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor if you have any questions or concerns. They are there to support you and help you stay healthy and well. So we've now covered a range of powerful strategies for supporting your brain health as you age, from prioritizing sleep and managing stress to considering other supplements under medical guidance and being aware of any changes in your cognitive function. These are all actionable steps you can take to nurture your brain and keep it functioning at its best. In our next part, we're going to bring everything together and talk about how to create a holistic approach to brain health that fits your individual needs and lifestyle. We'll also revisit the topic of vitamin E just to make sure we've covered all the important nuances and address any lingering questions you might have. So please stay with us, because the information we'll be sharing in the next segment is really crucial for taking control of your brain health journey. Welcome back, everyone. We've covered a lot of ground in the last few segments, exploring the potential concerns surrounding high-dose vitamin E supplements, and more importantly, diving into a range of positive and proactive steps we can all take to support our brain health as we age. Now, I want to spend some time talking about how to bring all of these pieces together and create a holistic approach that works best for you. Think of it like creating a personalized wellness plan for your brain. Just as no two people are exactly alike, our individual needs and lifestyles vary. What works wonderfully for one person might not be the perfect fit for another. The key is to take the information we've discussed and tailor it to your own circumstances, preferences, and abilities. Let's recap some of the key pillars of brain health we've explored. We talked about the incredible benefits of regular physical activity for boosting blood flow and delivering vital nutrients to the brain. We emphasized the importance of a nutrient-rich diet, packed with omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and plenty of hydration. We highlighted the need for mental stimulation to keep our minds sharp and engaged, and the vital role of social connection in our overall well-being and cognitive function. We also underscored the significance of getting enough quality sleep and managing stress effectively as crucial components of brain health. Now, how do you weave these elements into your daily life? Start by taking small, manageable steps. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Maybe you decide to incorporate a 30-minute walk into your routine a few times a week. Or perhaps you commit to adding one serving of fish rich in omega-3s to your diet each week. Maybe you set aside 15 minutes each day for a puzzle or some reading. The important thing is to start somewhere and gradually build upon those positive changes. Find activities you genuinely enjoy, as you're much more likely to stick with them in the long run. Consider enlisting a friend or family member to join you for walks or other activities for added motivation and social connection. Remember, consistency is key. Small, sustainable changes made over time can have a significant cumulative effect on your brain health and overall well-being. It's not about striving for perfection, but rather about making conscious choices each day that support your cognitive function. Now, let's circle back to the topic of vitamin E for a moment. I understand that hearing doctors are urging seniors to stop taking it might have caused some concern, especially if you've been taking it for a while. I want to reiterate that the main concern revolves around the routine, long-term use of high-dose supplements without a clear medical indication. If you are currently taking a vitamin E supplement, please don't panic. The most important step is to schedule an appointment with your doctor to discuss it. They can review your medical history, other medications and supplements you're taking, and help you determine if continuing the vitamin E supplement is necessary or if there are potentially safer alternatives. It's possible that your doctor may have a specific reason for recommending a vitamin E supplement for you, perhaps to address a diagnosed deficiency or a specific medical condition. In such cases, it's crucial to follow their guidance. However, if you started taking it on your own, perhaps based on general health advice you encountered, it's definitely worth having a conversation with your doctor to reevaluate its continued use, especially at higher doses. One question you might be asking is, what exactly is considered a high dose of vitamin E? Generally, the recommended daily allowance for vitamin E for adults is around 15 milligrams or 22.4 international units. Many over-the-counter supplements contain much higher doses, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of IUs. It's these higher doses, taken over extended periods, that have raised concerns in some studies regarding potential risks to brain health and other aspects of our well-being. It's also important to remember that vitamin E is readily available in many foods we eat. A balanced diet rich in nuts, seeds, plant-based oils, and leafy green vegetables can typically provide you with an adequate amount of vitamin E without the need for high-dose supplementation. Think of food sources as the preferred and safest way to obtain vitamin E supplements should generally be reserved for situations where there is a diagnosed deficiency or a specific medical reason, and always under the guidance of a healthcare professional. I also want to address the potential misconception that taking more of a vitamin will automatically lead to better health. While vitamins are essential nutrients, our bodies need them in specific amounts. Taking excessive amounts of certain vitamins, like high-dose vitamin E in this case, can sometimes lead to imbalances and potentially harmful effects. It's all about finding the right balance and ensuring we're getting the nutrients we need through a healthy and varied diet whenever possible. So to summarize our discussion on vitamin E, it's an essential nutrient, and getting it through food is generally safe and beneficial. The concern lies with the routine long-term use of high-dose supplements, which some research suggests might be linked to potential risks for brain health. If you're taking a vitamin E supplement, especially at a high dose, please have a conversation with your doctor to determine if it's still appropriate for you. Now, as we start to wrap up this part of our conversation, I want to leave you with a message of empowerment and hope. Taking care of your brain health is something you can actively do at any age. By incorporating these positive lifestyle changes and making informed decisions about supplements, you're investing in your cognitive well-being and your ability to live a full and vibrant life for many years to come. Remember, small steps can lead to big results. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and don't hesitate to seek support from your doctor, family, and friends along the way. In our final part, we're going to bring everything together with a concise summary of the key takeaways and offer some final words of encouragement. We'll also touch upon where you can find more reliable information about brain health and how to stay informed. So please join me for our concluding segment, where we'll leave you feeling motivated and equipped to take charge of your brain health journey. Dear friends, here we come to the end of our meeting today. But this is not a farewell, but rather see you soon. I really want to know, what from today's conversation did you remember the most? Perhaps you learned something new or looked at familiar things differently. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience is invaluable for our friendly community. If you found it interesting, please support our work. Your like and subscription help us develop and prepare even more useful materials for you. And if you think that this conversation can be useful to someone close to you, do not hesitate to share with them. Thank you for being with us today. Take care of yourself, your loved ones, and remember, age is not a limitation, but a new opportunity. See you soon in new issues.